I want to ask one of my boys, one of my friends who's been in the real estate industry for 15, 16 plus years, one simple question. But before we do that, let's welcome to the show, Mr. Adrian Hernandez. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, everybody? Long time no see. Good to see you, Zuber.
There you go, man. Hey, I just got to ask one simple question. Why are real estate agents broke? I don't know
Hmm.
what's going on in the industry. I know it's slow out there. I've been warning it's going to get slow, but man, why are real estate agents broke?
Yep. I'm actually going to I don't think it's a spending or broke. I mean, I think there is a spending problem. I don't think it's a broke problem. I think it's an income problem. I don't
Hmm.
believe real estate agents make enough money. I think that they get a check and it's a large check and they go out and they spend it, they spend it on their normal daily life. Then they do get real estate agents are known to get a little, let's call it excited with their paycheck, right? And they start spending it on things that they shouldn't be spending it on. So yes, that takes place, but that $10,000 paycheck only comes five, six, seven times a year. And so they get this paycheck, spend all their money, realize they got to go back to work, realize they got to go back on the phones, realize they got to go back to do open houses. They go get another one and then spend it. And so you just see this cycle. I've noticed that. And then the ones that do make a lot of money, the reasons why they're broke is yes, because they buy extremely dumb shit. But I believe
Hmm.
it's because they don't make enough money.
Yeah, it's really funny because I've been actually paying attention to this because again, we've seen a depression level crash in transactions, right? Existing home sales at one point were over 6 million. We've bottomed out at 3.88. And frankly, I think we're going to go lower. I think we're going to post a lower number, which should be frightening to real estate agents. But I think I think there's a couple of reasons why real estate agents are broke. I guess first thing is how the money comes in, right? You've already talked about it's very lumpy. The other thing, at least as I understand it, most real estate agents get a gross check. What does that mean? It means it's before taxes and
Right.
you have to pay taxes out of that check. And I can't tell you how many real estate agents I've spoken with over the last 20 years that for some reason are surprised they owe taxes. I'm like, this is new to you? Why is this new to you? So let's talk about that. Do you see the same thing or am I just biased?
No, I couldn't agree with you more. And it's not only that, but majority of them don't even file their taxes, which is why they can't even buy their own house.
Not good.
Just,
Not good. Bad
I'm
form. Bad form. Yeah.
just being honest with you. I mean, because at the
Yeah.
end, like and it's funny. I was the traditional real estate agent who didn't file my taxes, and I know this not just based off of theory. This is
Mm.
true. This is true. And
In
all
there.
the other that
Check the box.
yeah, and all the other agents that I knew, they didn't file either. So yes, I think it's a filing problem. They're unaware of it. They're also, when they do file, they're unaware of the different tax strategies that can eliminate that, right? I think that another reason why to stack this on on top of what we're talking about is there's not a lot of knowledge when it comes to keeping the money that they make.
Yeah. Because there's this thing in tax preparation or tax planning, kind of moving things above and below the line. As a real estate agent, a lot of your daily activities could be quote unquote above the line, which will reduce tax burden. It comes off gross, not net. But yeah, it does take preparation, planning, all of that. The other thing that I see in real estate agents, why they're all broke today, is a lot about what I saw in my enterprise software career. Very much the same behavior, very lumpy. When the checks come in, they could be massive. Um, Unlike with real estate agents, we always got our tax taken out first, which was good, which protected us, but still the checks could be stupid large. Um, but what happens is you spend like that massive check comes every year. And at least for a lot of us, it's once a decade. And if you operate like that check comes in once a year, you're going to go bankrupt. I remember very vividly. Um, we had I was at a private company, pretty small. I think we had like 30 sales reps or whatever we had. And for like 3 years in a row, it might have been 4 years in a row, one of the reps, only one, made $1 million in commission gross. Three out of those four declared financial bankruptcy in less than 3 years because they couldn't repeat it. But they bought the house, they bought the second, bought the third car, they got divorced, they picked up nasty habits.
Wow.
And again, and why this applies to real estate agents is, man, you all had a really good run for 4 years. Didn't have to work that hard, didn't have to market that hard. Stuff showed up and the market shifted. If you're not watching this channel, you didn't know that the market shifted and you were about to go depression level. And you should be tracking the thing that Brian Lebo calls months of life, months of life. And if you don't adjust your month of life, which means whacked stupid expenses, you're going to be broke. And congratulations, you're broke. What do you think of that?
Yep, I couldn't agree more. And instead, the opposite is happening. I think they're hoping that it's going to turn over. If anything, we're seeing
The Fed's going to cut rates. It's going to magically make things better.
Only if they knew, right? Only if they knew. Only if they knew what side effects come with that. But yeah, if anything, we're seeing the opposite. I mean, we see it, you know, we're on the wholesale side, right? We're a lot in the middle, and I see it. We have a lot of personal sellers calling us that are listed for sale, and that number is staggering compared to where it used to be. So yeah, I mean, I think that they're going to get kicked in the teeth if they haven't already figured that out, unless they choose to change, right? I love the quote by Charles Darwin. He goes, it's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but those that are most adaptive to change. Right. And right now, guys, that's what we all have to do. We got to start changing. If not, you are going to stay broke, if not remain broke and or go broke.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, I think you've got to prepare for the next 6 months. If you're in the real estate industry, mortgage industry, it's going to be slow. Mortgage industry might see a little pickup with refi. So you may have an out there. Mortgage actually may have bottomed. I think real estate agents, one of these next 3 months, I really fear, Adrian, is going to break the cycle low, which was 3.88 million. But the good news is that will be the final bottom and we will build from there. So if you can survive the next 6 months and build out of this, you'll be better. The last thing I'll talk about why real estate agents are broke and stay broke is a lot of people I know when it gets tough, they turn off marketing. They turn off marketing entirely. And while it's very smart to turn off the marketing that's not working because you got a little spendy, some of that marketing is working. And, you know, if we lose 30% of the agents and you stop marketing, who's going to know you're in the business? So the other thing you can't do is you can't completely cower and hide and turn everything off. What do you think?
I spot on. And we see it. I mean, you know, first, let me piggyback off what you're saying. Warren Buffett says this: when the building's on fire and everybody's running out, what is Warren doing? Warren's running in, right? And I believe I believe now, and I've had this thought, Ty and I have talked about this forever, right? It's like, we can't wait for this time, right? We're excited for this time because we know that everybody is going to start pulling back. So for those of you that are willing to take that risk, guys, I mean, we instead of us pulling back on marketing channels, we're launching new marketing channels. Right. We're going into new marketing. We've doubled down on marketing. We've like doubled our budget in the last 30 days because I see everybody coming back, which then leaves a great opportunity for us. And so you guys, when they say cut expenses, they're not talking about the expenses that drive your business forward.
Not revenue producing expenses. They're talking that third Mercedes-Benz you got in the parking lot or the boat. That's what they're talking about.
Exactly, right. It's the new Rolex you have on order. That's the expense that needs to get cut. But you know, since we're talking about why real estate agents go broke, it's because of that. They don't want to give up the Mercedes. They rather cut off cold calling. You know, and it's a half-ass backwards mentality, guys, but it has to change. We see it now. I'm seeing the cost per lead on everything drop. I'm seeing it on everything. It's across the board, which is good. There is new players coming into the game. We do see that, people that have been waiting on the sidelines for this. But I'm also seeing real estate agents in my personal neighborhood. I used to get a flyer a month. I haven't seen that flyer in the last 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Again, the real estate industry is in a depression. You've seen transactions go from 6 to sub 4, probably going lower. You've also seen a lot of changes with the NAR settlement and buyer's agents. Just there's just so much noise. I think on the other side of this, you're just going to have less competition. So the strong will get stronger, the big will get bigger. And I think the real estate industry is vastly different starting 2025. What do you think of that?
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And I also believe on what you're saying with the NAR settlement and what's going on politically. There's a lot of fear in the marketplace. And I think another, to piggyback and end with what I believe is the true reason why agents are broke. It's because you fall into a mentality of scarcity, and you fall into a mentality of this market is going to crash, this economy is going to crash. You start looking at everything going on exterior versus focusing on what you can do and how you can get better. And so
Yeah.
I think we need to just shift the mindset, right? Let's stop focusing on that. Let's remember the ORAT rule number one, right? Do the work, put your blinders on, and do the work. Get better. You get better. Don't worry
Yeah.
about everything else is good. I see so many agents buying into. I recently spoke at NAR. I typically never speak at NAR, but I got invited, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go this time. And the mentality of agents there was a circle of agents just talking about how bad the market was. And it's like, well, no wonder why you're not doing any business, right? Stop focusing on that. Where focus goes, energy flows. Stop focusing on that.
I love that, man. You're amazing. Adrian, where can people find you?
Check me out on Instagram, guys, at Adrian Hernandez. Appreciate you, Zuber. If you guys haven't done so already, I don't know what you're doing. Hit that damn subscribe button, baby. Hit the subscribe button. Just do it. Just do it right now. Ready? Go with me. Ready? Click. Cool.
Thank you.